All right. High definition. That's what we're doing. Doing this in high definition. We start in year 2025. Well, we are moving right
Did we
along.
pay for that?
All right. 1080p? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's
All
straightforward.
right. All right.
Don't worry.
You're listening to the Hot Seat Podcast.
The hot seat.
Welcome all. I'm Shawn, along with my co-host, Earl,
Yo.
Dave.
Yes, sir.
And you know what it is. We're just dads with mics, gamers with headsets, and a whole lot of unfiltered conversation. And as always, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Seat Podcast. Be sure to listen, like, rate, review, share, and most importantly, enjoy on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, wherever you get your favorite shows. And if you're watching on our YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, enjoy all of our live feeds and such from there. And, you know, mosey on over to the hotseatpodcast.com and support by becoming a member of the Hot Seat Podcast Plus and get 20% off your merch when you become a supporter of such. Episode 161.
Earl still ain't right.
He still ain't right.
That's what we're going to call it.
But this is what we gonna start it off like this, whether y'all know it or not. This is year motherfucking 5. We will hit our 5-year anniversary actually September 10th of this year. And I ain't gonna even lie. Didn't think we would make it this far. I ain't gonna lie. 5 years. We started this September 10th of 2020. And Earl, either he frozen or he sleep. He still ain't right. That's what Dave was saying. Yep. So, you know, we started year 5 or such, or going into year 5, just as we did before. How you doing, sir? You know, as Earl makes his way back.
Man, honestly, it's been a ride, man. It's been a ride. I definitely been blessed the last couple months. A lot of movement going on, also with yourself. So proud of you on that sense.
Absolutely. Appreciate
but just getting a lot of things in place. There's a lot of things that if we're being honest with each other, talked about last year.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the end of last year going into this year.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm a critic of my own self, probably my hardest critic. And in that sense, being it's easy to talk a good game.
Yeah.
It's much harder to actually do those things. So I never want to come in a sense of where I'm the person that can give the greatest advice, but never take it.
True. Yeah.
And that's what I'm opening myself up to end of last year, going into this year. Dave, sometimes you just got to stop trying to do it all and you just take it in. I got to learn again. So that was my fiending for towards the end of this year, end of last year, going into this year. Like, you know what? I know this stuff. Let me start bringing in some stuff that makes me feel like the pupil all over again. You know what I mean? Like I'm eager to learn all over again instead of I know exactly how this day gonna go.
True.
Like that's really how my days were going for the last couple of years. Even though they were fine, I don't want to be fine because I'm not going up, if you get what I mean. So the world is steadily moving around you, and if you're not moving with it and progressing, you're actually getting lower. You think you're staying at that level, but you're actually getting lower. So if that all makes sense, that's my quick synopsis of what's going on.
I agree. Earl said something. He said it did an automatic restart. So of course, his laptop.
Well, you know.
Yeah, so we need all you guys to go ahead and subscribe to Hot Seat Podcast Plus so we can go ahead and get Earl a new laptop. No, I'm kidding. But I'm serious at the same time. I know I'm with you, man. I agree with you. It's interesting that you said that because we're both in a line of the same thing. Like I spent a lot of time, and like we both doing a lot of shit. I do a lot of stuff. Stuff, and I think I just do a lot of stuff because I know I can do a lot of stuff. Probably the same thing. Like, I know, you know when you're good at a lot of stuff, so you don't really, you just do it. Just, I don't know why. It's
Mhm.
maybe an ego thing or something like that. And then you never stop and then realize that, like, damn, I am. I guess the way I look at it is stopping and look at how much you've actually accomplished instead of being,
Yep.
because we're trained to be on the go, on the go. What's next?
Smell
What's
the
next?
roses while you're here.
Yeah. And then you go back and look, I'm like, damn. So I look at where things have taken me over the last few years. Well, it's last, I don't know, now 7 years. And whether, it's career wise and media space, and stop for a moment, I'm like, damn. And then, took in some, like, I always get those, when you get accolades from folks and they be like, hey, you're doing such a good job. And you kind of like, thanks. But you kind of like brush it off, move to the next thing. But now I
Mhm.
stopped for a second. I was like, they were actually kind of right. Like,
Down the shit.
yeah, really good. So it's, I'm with you on that. So I stopped. So you know what?
Mhm.
Let's keep this thing going, lock in, enjoy the things, the fruits of the labor and stuff, and learn new things, but at the same time enjoy the success and the progress and everything that's right in front of you right now, and don't diminish it by just like, okay, that's cool. Let me go ahead and do the next thing. Because, you don't want to get to that point. You're like, damn, I wish I would have enjoyed this a little bit more, like we often do. I wish I would have, took time to really, really smell the roses and stuff like that. Which according to Andre
Mhm.
3000 smells like ooh, 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 stuff like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's episode. I'm trying to buy some time as Earl's laptop
It'll be all right.
reboots.
That might be a while. It'll
Yeah,
be all
it
right.
might be a while. So I'll go right into this and I'll recap with them. So yes, like I just said, we're coming up on 5 years of doing this podcast. This is our 161 episode, not including all of our stuff we've done outside of this, from football talk to hot takes, which is coming back. But the one thing that I've been working on behind the scenes is, and that what prompted me to say what I just said. So we're going to make sure that we do this 5-year anniversary right. So there will be a Hot Seat Podcast live 5-year anniversary on location show. This show is already in the works. I've already got the blueprint filled out, as I've made contacts with some folks already. So it will be one TBD as the year progresses. Where we will be at a location. There will be tickets, and we will be live, and then there will be things like food and alcohol and stuff like that. Something that's going to be really dope. Kind of really a what's the word I'm looking for? A intimate setting, but at the same time, us doing our thing, which is pretty cool. I think all of our locations we've done now have been kind of like just us so far. So this one's going to be a little bit more open. And to celebrate 5 years of just work we've been putting in, uh, you know, um, thousands and thousands and thousands of downloads and listens and streams, and salute to all of our new subscribers. I saw a couple of new subscribers on YouTube just the other day. I get the notifications and I'm like, yo, it's pretty cool that we got this whole thing we started off with because we was at home on COVID. That's what we were doing. That's
And
awesome.
oh, getting a little
Yeah,
back.
that's weird.
Are you hearing that? Like a feedback.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know what that was.
Okay. Well, either way, um, the thing is, and that was the whole meaning for this actual podcast in a way, was certain success comes from the fact that you're talking about things that a lot of people hold in. You
Yeah.
know, especially in today's culture,
Yeah.
everything's so sensitive to talk about.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, you don't have to agree with me. It's your opinion at the
Yeah.
end of the day. Never be scared of your opinion. But sometimes we run with the fact of free speech so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And that ain't totally free. And I say that to you. It may not be a topic for tonight, but I saw something very interesting in the last couple of days. I don't know if you've seen the moves that Facebook and Zuckerberg just made with the fact of opening up the gates on the freedom of speech, as they say, on
Yeah.
Facebook now and through Meta, the same way that um, Elon Musk did with X over there.
Right.
But free speech, I say, is not truly free in a sense because it's not meant to be.
Yeah.
So when you're spreading hate, when
Yeah.
you're spreading racial views, and you're pushing that propaganda and particular lies that will sway people in a certain type of way, that's not free speech.
Yeah.
That's hate. And there's a big difference. And that's what I always tell people when you're sitting back and you're looking at these media platforms. What did we say when certain topics were coming up? Like even like the Kanye situation from a couple years back, and we were like, but it's on them because they're giving them the platform to be out there to say these things.
Mm-hmm.
You already know he has a certain problem right now, but you're giving him the platform, and then you're saying, I'm sorry, a week or two later. Don't give me that. You already know what it is, but you got your clicks, you got your views, and you're good. And now you play the apology game.
Right.
The one thing I respect with us here is each one of us have different views. And whether we agree on those views or not, we still gonna break bread, sit back and go, okay, I feel you. But we're gonna hey, nah, this is, and that comes from everything that we've been around, our upbringing, certain things that we experienced that another person may not have experienced. It's not to say who's right or wrong. And that's what I respect about it at the end of the day. We get our point across to the people that need to hear it, the people that want to hear it. And it's like that true barbershop talk. And that's the one thing through these 5 years that I respect the fact that we, as you know, a podcast, haven't lost. You know, you've seen plenty of them break up through a year 1, 2, and things like that. We haven't lost that true, hey, you know what? Let me just tell you how I feel type job. Yeah. So that's one thing I'll throw out there.
I'm with it. So since Earl missed everything, so we were talking about the fact that you're on year 5. We're going into year 5, September 10th. Will mark 5 years of the Hot Seat podcast. 161 episodes right now and counting, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of downloads and listens from all types of platforms, all types of countries. Like, it's just wild to me to this day. But if you look at the transcripts, that can be read. It's wild. And to see where we are, and to your point about the whole free speech thing, understand. And this is one of those moments where we all have our views. Understand that you may feel free to say what you want. Also, at the same time, the person that you're saying it to may feel free to smack the shit out your, if it comes all across that way. So understand that. And it's so weird.
Any means necessary.
Yeah, man. It's so weird that everybody feels like, well, it's a free country. Not even that ain't fucking true. That ain't true. Okay. It ain't. Look, we live in a
you have certain freedoms.
Yeah,
that's what you have.
It ain't free to park nowhere. So it's dead sure as hell ain't a free country. Should we paying for water? That shit is not free.
They just told you in DC don't turn on red.
Right. I mean, you free to do it. You can do what you feel like you want to do. You just have to suffer the consequences. So that if you want to challenge that freedom aspect, that's what you want to do, man. So again, we free to talk about this shit. This ain't even topic yet, but I just saw this because I thought I'd
throw it out there.
So we just gonna muscle our way into Greenland and take over the Panama Canal, huh? That's what we're doing.
Oh shoot! I'm glad you threw that out there.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Hey, you didn't hear about the Gulf of America?
Right. Who the fuck is thinking about this? I don't care about no goddamn. I saw the Panama Canal. It's nice. I don't want it. I stayed at the resort in Panama. I don't want it.
Man.
In Greenland. Who wants Greenland? Like, what the hell? Who wants?
Hey, man. Hey, let it be, bro. Let it be. Hey, man.
So if y'all know what I'm talking about, so y'all's elected, incumbent, president, or whatever he's incumbent. What the hell is called?
I mean, this is gonna be a second term. He's president, bro. Like
President-elect Donald Trump Jr. decided that he wants to, pick up where he left off back in 2019.
Whoa, wait a minute, wait. He's a junior?
Yeah, he's a junior, man. Yeah, he's a junior.
I never knew he was a junior.
Yeah, he's a junior, man. Like, yeah,
okay, I thought okay. Go ahead.
His dad must be proud. Yeah, it's weird. He decided he just want to outright buy Greenland. Like I was gonna go out there and buy, like the house that I bought. That's like, not even on a full acre. But you want to buy Greenland. Yeah. And he wants to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Yep.
Yeah. Mind you, the last at least my lifetime, we've had some of the worst hurricanes and natural disasters come through the Gulf. I don't want to put my name on that shit. Leave that shit to Mexico. I don't want it. Like, who the fuck thinks of this? Like, who?
You do.
That's what y'all like.
You gotta enjoy the ride, bro. You can sit back and feel a certain type of way about it. It is what it is. This is what people voted on. Yeah, man. I gotta keep it moving. So hey, Gulf of America. There you go.
Not understanding that Greenland is still under the protections of Denmark and shit like that. So people sending out, those countries are sending out warnings, say, hey, it's all fun and games, but don't try that shit over here. Like, why, man? What?
Those are the two things that kind of surprised me, to be honest with you. See, the Gulf of I was about to say Gulf of America. The Gulf of Mexico is right off of us, our coast. Right. So you can at least have a conversation about that. You're jumping over to Greenland in the Panama Canal. Like, you're missing all Central America and shit. Just talking about, we jumping down there. This is our jump. That's weird to me. Hey, you know what? That spot over in Italy off the coast. Yeah, that's ours.
Yeah, I mean,
we want that.
What are you gonna throw at Greenland? I mean, I know he threw paper towels at the people in Puerto Rico. I don't know what the fuck you throwing at the people in Greenland. I don't.
Give me those Galapagos Isles over there.
You know what I'm saying? Isn't goddamn Ragnarok in Greenland? For all you MCU fans out there, ain't they out there? Thor not standing for this shit. I'm gonna say that right now. He is not standing for this.
Don't ask Earl that. Don't ask Earl
that. Please don't.
Don't worry, we got some Marvel talk coming.
Oh man, let's jump right into something. Let's go into the serious side. So man, if you haven't noticed this, you've been asleep. Like these wildfires, man, that's going down in Cali, man, in the Palisades, man, have been. I don't even know what to say at this point, because it's not something that it's not a laughing matter at all, man. It's tragic to say the least. I think the investigators right now, they're still trying to figure out what started it. But man, you got, I think so far I saw I think it's 2 dead, thousands are without homes, people abandoning their cars down in SoCal, man. It's wild that this continues to happen. Just random ass wildfires. And it's not like no little small brush fire. Like, it started there. And I know, like, about a year or so ago, when they had those wildfires out there, and you saw the folks that was driving on the highway, and you just saw this fire raining down like a mountainside. The company that I work for, we actually closed several of our stores today or yesterday, man, just because all the smoke and stuff that's just in the areas and locations. But have y'all been keeping up with this, man? Because it's why I actually checked into the bro, E. Rich, man. He said that the fires and stuff are north of them. So he said him and the family are good. But man, that's, if it's not hurricanes and water on the East Coast, it's fire on the West Coast, man. That shit's insane to me.
I haven't checked into it deeply. I saw a disturbing video earlier today. It was a family that I guess lived on like a ranch that, farmland and things like that.
Right.
And they were just trying to run with their horses, bro. I mean, right down the street. And you could see, this is how close the fire was. Like the little embers was popping off all around them, as if you were sitting in front of a fire pit. That's how close it seemed. And the reporter is right there trying to get the story. The guy had 2 of the horses by hand. And then the woman had 1 of the horses by hand. And they were like, "Oh, these are all your horses that you're bringing?" And they're like, "No, we have 9 other horses that we just let go.
Yeah,
we don't know where they're at. Like we couldn't control them." So that's what you're kind of dealing with, and a lot of times with storms, certain storms are coming and all that type of stuff. And we had this conversation about a little bit ago, if you remember, when we were talking about the storms and. Us up here, we always think in our mind, this thing is coming. Why don't you just get up and leave? And then that guy had called in and was like, "Look, it ain't that simple.
Right.
A, B, and C goes on before all that."
Right.
Well, think about this. Over there, you may know a storm. You don't know a fire's coming.
Nah.
That joint just pops up.
Yeah.
That joint just pops up, and
it moves,
it moves a whole lot quicker than what you think.
Yeah, you saw the video with the guys that was inside their home, man, and they were just surrounded by this like flames, like outside, like it's like stuck. I'm like, bro,
you know how many people died that are professionals that fight those fires?
Yeah,
like they're professionals, but it could be a swift change in the wind direction, and you're done. You're not going to outrun it.
Yeah,
you know, it's a crazy situation. But I mean, not to go on the whole global warming type of thing all over again, but you don't know what's going on anywhere. Bro, think about it. We just got hit by over a foot of snow in goddamn Maryland and DC area. Like, that don't happen.
After what?
And I'm sitting up here I'm talking with Earl, and Earl like, nah, we good. And I'm like, bro, we shut down. By the way, Earl, Cam is off of school tomorrow too. So yeah, welcome to our state of emergency.
Right, man. Yeah.
You know, like it's that crazy where certain things that never happen in certain areas, I think we got to start getting used to these things happening.
Yeah, I was just at a driving range a few weeks ago, literally like less than and
it was 80 degrees.
Hey man, I got to pull out my
80 degrees, bro.
I pull out my my hot seat podcast polo, you know what I'm saying? You know.
I saw people today. Which crazy to me. And my ass watching through the window and also through my ring camera. That's how petty I am. And I'm like, look at it. You know, I'm that old person on the porch now. I'm sitting there. I'm like, look at this one. You see this one? Hey, bad. You see this one over here trying to get the car off the street. You ain't gonna get that car off the street. That joint just rolling back. And what people don't understand is, I don't care if you got 4-wheel drive. This is ice. 4-wheel drive just means 4 tires are moving.
That's all.
This is ice. It doesn't mean your tires all of a sudden stick down into the ice and start pulling you along. And I'm just seeing people go up and roll back right in front of my house because the whole thing is ice, bro. The whole thing is ice. And I'm just like, yep. You think you go? Yeah, you ain't gonna make it. Yeah, you think? Yeah.
He poured him a hot toddy and everything, man.
Bruh. But that's what's going on right now. That's what's going on.
The sad part of this is the flip side of this, and it's crazy because I literally just talked to somebody about this, and I was like, it's gonna get to a point like they would, you know, like in Florida, a lot of hurricanes hit down there. We talked about it on the pod, the fact that insurance companies start dropping people because they no longer have flood insurance because you're down in that area. So months before this even happened, man, like State Farm and a couple of other insurance companies, they canceled the policies months before this wildfire broke out. So it's got to the point now, if you live in these areas, man, you can't even get insurance to cover this shit, which is wild to me.
You can, you probably paying something crazy.
Heck yeah, that's crazy.
Chris Rock had a line on Bigger, I think it was Bigger and Blacker, and he said, you know, you have insurance in case shit happens. But if it don't happen, shouldn't I get my money back? These people pay this shit all year, and they're like, nah, you'll get shit back. Oh, by the way, we're gonna drop you from our policies because we're not covering none of this no more. So now they got to depend on FEMA and shit like that.
By the way, whatever you have, they'll tell you it's the opposite. Oh, I got flood insurance. No, this was the hurricane.
Right. Natural disaster.
It's like life insurance, bro. Yeah. Term, especially term, like, you know, once shit is up. Yeah, we good. You good. Y'all lived.
I mean, I know it's called life insurance, but it didn't cover your whole
life. You know what I'm saying? Like part of it, and shit like that. Like it's
you made it to 65. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you look, you know, now with that, you know, those boomers, they living a lot longer, so they got a whole different situation going on with them, man. It's just a very disheartening thing to see, man.
Everything's a business.
Yeah, it is.
Always remember that. Everything's a business.
Yeah, man. And somehow, you know, us as humans, man, we come out on the other side of it. But it's just in the moment you look at, it's like it's bad, and it's amazing that a lot more people have not passed away in events like this because water and fire, man, the two most devastating elements there is. Like, I mean, something as simple as we all are homeowners. If your ass can't find that leak, oh, that shit will create a catastrophe. Not talk about that.
A year ago, I don't want to talk about that.
We're both in the same. We're both in the same. I had my whole roof had to be cut out. Yep, we talk about that shit there. And then if it's fire, a fire can take out a whole, you know, situation quickly. So, man, it's I hate doing the corny thoughts and prayers shit because that shit's like but it's just sucks. It sucks because some of these people like you see like they are abandoning cars and stuff like that, man. Yeah, that's
Thoughts
so
and
what?
prayers to that. That's not corny. What's wrong with you?
Because sometimes people they be saying, especially in the media space, they be like thoughts and prayers to everybody, man, who unfortunately, who lost their lives in this school shooting. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
I need gun reform, and that's what we need.
But if you're not in the space to change that, just like none of us in here are in the space to physically change that, right? So you do what you can.
Starts with a voice, though.
What I know I can do for you is I can pray for you. That's what I'm gonna do.
I guess that's what you do.
Cheers. That's not part of the.
Yeah. These some heathens.
That's not part of the.
These are some heathens. Lord Jesus.
Whining, water in the wine.
Yeah, I guess. Speaking of cheers, man. Speaking of cheers, it might be cheers to this guy, Jimmy.
Jimmy who?
Jimmy. As in Jimmy Butler.
Oh, man, fuck him, man.
Hey, man. I am pro Jimmy, so I'm gonna tell you right now.
Nah, fuck him, man. I'm tell you, my bad.
There will not be any.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you
why, sir.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm tired. I'm tired of all these prima donna ass athletes. Like y'all are grown ass men. You're grown ass men getting paid millions of dollars to play a fucking sport.
Yeah,
like real talk. Like, bruh, you knew what you were signing up for to go there. Like at this point, if I'm a GM or a president, I'm not signing you, bro. Because if you're gonna act like a little bitch because you're sad and you don't want to play no more, you don't want to play with them. Like, what the fuck you gonna do if you come over here? You gonna do the same shit when you don't get your way? Get the fuck out of here.
He does have a proven track record of that.
Yeah, like you did, bro. You've done that damn near every single place. I'm good, bro. You're 33 years old, bro. I'm good. I'm good. And then the ill thing is, you're gonna sit up here and you're going like you're not giving your all. Like, bro, you're a professional, bro. At the end of the day,
I'm gonna be the mediator.
You're a professional. At the end of the day, you go to work. You go to work to do a job. If y'all lose, y'all lose. But you supposed to go there and do a job, especially when you're like damn near the best player on the team. Like that's trash. That's corny as fuck. He's a bitch.
Point there.
He's a bitch.
Shawn.
So this is where there will not be any Jimmy Butler slander on my watch. So this shit started.
Shawn, you better come stronger than that.
This shit started. this shit started because, as Master Wallace would say, Jimmy called the Miami Heat to the carpet, and they ain't like what the fuck he had to say. And I put this on the Miami Heat. The same thing. I put that shit on Minnesota. When Minnesota had Jimmy Butler and they got him out of there because some of them young kids in there got in their motherfucking feelings because he called them to the carpet because they weren't playing. They got him out of there. He comes up to Miami. Mind you, the same Jimmy Butler. Yeah, to drag. He's in Chicago. He literally dragged Miami to a fucking NBA Finals by him goddamn self down there. Just him. And there, his second guy was Bam, who's kind of literally like a third option, not really a second option. And it's gotten to the point now, he actually made a comment, because I had to make sure I did my research on this. And he has said some shit along the lines of, if we had been healthy, they could have beat Celtics. Next, yada yada yada.
No, you couldn't.
Which he was right. But at the same time, they also depended on folks to the likes of Tyler Hero and those guys there. They're a bunch of role player type guys.
Boston guys, starting five starters, bro. Like,
are we talking about the Celtics squad that won last year?
Say what now?
We're talking about last
year. I don't know if they're talking about.
Last year or 2 years ago.
But even still, in this case, Jimmy. Now, unfortunately, what is being kind of like cast on top of this is the fact that Jimmy is coming down towards the end of his contract. So that's being thrown into it. So Jimmy signed like a 3-year, $150 million deal with Miami. But Jimmy has played up to his contract the entire time. But what they have failed to do is put a significant roster around Jimmy Butler that actually assisting him in actually potentially winning the championship. Minnesota had a bunch of cats there, and they just had a shitty ass coaching situation. And Chicago was Chicago, but Jimmy was also younger there too. And he was in Philly too for a short, and they got rid of Jimmy and kept the light skinned dude. I don't even know if he was even in the league anymore.
And he went to Nets.
Ben Simmons, is he in Nets now? So it's like it's going to be framed that he's a contract situation. In my opinion, Jimmy is just trying to go to a spot where I think he's one of the last of the OGs where they ain't really about a bunch of excuses and shit. You go out there and ball no matter what. And I think now he's become a prisoner of his own psyche. And then now you got folks like Earl saying, hey man, you know what you signed up for. I know. I had a team when I signed up for this shit, and they didn't add nobody to it. Okay. Nobody.
Earl?
That's just me.
I will double down on what I just said. Jimmy, and all jokes aside, as a veteran, right? You may not be happy in the situation that you're in, but there's younger guys that's watching you, and you need to be leading by example. At the end of the day, you are a professional. You know what I'm saying? You are a professional. You go out there to do a job that they pay you to do. You not only, if you had your gripes with management, that's one thing. You also said, fuck your teammates. So for me, being a player, all of us play sports. Like, now granted, we ain't play where we getting paid, but at the end of the day, I'm not playing just for my coach. I'm not playing for my coach. I'm playing for the motherfuckers that's next to me. So all that tells me is that, yo, you didn't give a fuck about the people that was next to you. They ain't even come out and shit on you in public. You know what I'm saying? Which says a lot about their character, because you could tell, like, if you had some dynamics on there, to be like, man, we just gonna move on without him. Like, but ain't nobody throw him under the bus. But it's like, it's trash. And you left him out there high and dry, bro. Like, you out there half-assing it. So what? If you got a problem with Eric Spoelstra, whatever. At the end of the day, you got other teammates there that you playing for them and with them, yo. Like, help the motherfuckers out. Like, you contributing to that.
So here's my pushback. Part of this is on the contract side, because he left Chicago because Chicago refused to give him a max contract. He was still young, so he wasn't the Jimmy that we knew yet. Then he gets to Minnesota, and they trade him out in Minnesota in this case. And the difference there was he requested a trade because, he was unhappy with his contract, and he eventually got sent to the 76ers. And then you start seeing people like Tobias Harris, Josh Richardson, Al Horford. Those guys start getting these substantial contracts, but none of even what's the little buddy in Boston, the one we talk about who can't dribble. I can't remember his name.
In Boston?
It's Celtics, yeah. Not the light skin one, the dark skin one. What's his name?
Brown?
Yeah. He didn't have a left hand. No. He's improved it. He can dribble with his left hand. He really didn't have a left
heard.
Yeah. So that was a take on him. Like he didn't have a left hand. But in any case, but he's looking at guys now, and this is the
Finals MVP doesn't have a. All right, go ahead.
I mean, he's this last season, yes.
Yeah, go
ahead.
Go ahead. You got it.
You'll do your research on Jaylen Brown. I can't prepare for this shit now.
The Finals MVP doesn't have a.
I said previous before this year, but in any case, what is two parts of this? Well, part of this is Jimmy took a team to the finals, and also he's looking at as a contract dispute there. He's looking at a lot of these folks who are not performing up to what their contract says.
His contract does not have what they need to perform up to. That's bullshit, bro.
I'm just saying
how they perform ain't got shit to do with his contract. So
but here's the thing, though.
Pick another one.
But this is what I'm saying, though. When you have that, and if you're with Minnesota or with Miami, and Miami don't really be trying to like pay out like that, because they sure as hell won't pay LeBron what he wanted in this case. He's looking at, hey man, send me elsewhere. And then, of course, to your point, Earl, yes, you have to be a professional about it. But at the same time, Miami decided, hey, instead of really adding a piece to it, they gave it to Eric Spoelstra and was like, hey, man, see what you can draw up in the dirt to make this happen, instead of really bolstering to get them a chip. So it's like dual frustrations. You ain't paying me, and I'm dragging us there. at the same time, you ain't building a team out. So I don't know.
So I don't have no take on it. Earl kind of knows offline. We had a discussion on this, but I'm going to throw a little monkey wrench in all this. I know we're talking about Jimmy Butler. How much of this falls on Pat Riley?
Quite a bit. I think so.
Why?
I think the one thing in Miami that I do see, they are loyal to a fault to the guys who are loyal to them. But I also think that they get blinders on, because I think they should have saw, because I think if you win a championship, we maybe not having this conversation when Jimmy was balling. I think.
Let me say this part and then you can continue. This didn't happen overnight.
It did.
Oh no.
This wasn't no one game and all of a sudden Jimmy's like, yo, I'm ready to get the fuck out of that Dodge. So I do want to say that this didn't happen overnight. I painted a picture for Earl offline. I was like, things never even really settled from the Haslam situation, if you remember that. The Spolster thing.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell you, I know Jimmy all this time has been trying to make it his team, but now, especially this year, people are coming to the table more than him.
But see,
and that's what he was talking about.
But see, Jimmy, but this is when I go back and I say, like, I got to put this back on Jimmy, because, like, yo, at the end of the day, bro, and your manager, you went to fucking Miami with Pat Riley, bro. Pat Riley ain't catering to nobody. He had LeBron.
You said it. He didn't cater to LeBron.
He didn't cater to Shaq. I mean, he ain't cater to Magic.
He didn't cater to D Wade at the end.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he don't cater.
Think about that. He came and played for Chicago.
Not at all.
So at the end of the day, what made you think that you was different when you were a lesser player of them, respectfully? So my thing is, that's your fault. And then we're going to double down, and you got mini Pat Riley with Eric Spokes, where he don't play that shit either. Yeah. Like, it's either you're going to get down or you're going to lay down. So my thing is, he should have never went there. 2, at the end of the day, and like Dave said, which I agree, like, yeah, this has been brewing for a minute, but at the end of the day, bro, you chose to go there. So now, despite, let's say Pat Riley was dead wrong or whatever, or, you know, he could have let this shit go, you are looking like the bad guy right now because of your antics and what you're doing. Yeah. Now, if I'm a GM, my bad, I'm almost finished. Now, if I'm a GM or if I'm a president, I'm scared. I got that. You stupid. I'm scared to sign you because in my eyes, you are a liability rather than an asset. You're a liability because listen. You're a liability, 1, because you're 33 years old. You're a liability 2, because if you're not happy here, you're gonna, because of past antics, you're gonna do what you need to do to sabotage your shit to get your way, like a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? So why am I signing that?
But here's the thing though. Like, I don't want us to be like projecting because you guys are athletes, you got paid all this money. Because
that's the reality, bro.
Because but see, Jimmy has showed up every season.
Great, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do.
But here's the thing though. He's
getting paid to do that, bro.
But here's the thing: when
that's just like you getting paid to show up and do what you do. That's why you get promoted, bro. You showing up.
Here's the thing, though: if he doesn't have adequate support, say, bruh, look, I'm out here busting my ass. Y'all not bringing any additional support. All I'm hearing is Tyler Hero is so far away from getting back. Bam is here, yada yada yada. But they're not bringing any support, so I'm literally dragging us there. Meanwhile, I'm dragging us, and this is the main point, I'm dragging us to contention by my damn self, literally. And I'm seeing all of my peers get paid out. And this is the part that makes it bad. They're getting paid these monster contracts. So not only am I not getting adequate support, but I'm doing more than what my peers are. And I'm not even being compensated like they are. See what I'm saying? Now, again, he did go to Miami, so I get that part, but you know what I'm saying? So that's a dual frustration.
Let me throw this one thing out there. And Shawn, I enjoy this whole mediation joint. I may have to take this over a couple of different times. And I know we're going to talk about this more on Sunday.
Yeah.
Not just Jimmy, but do you just feel in sports in general that players are getting to a point where, forget contracts and everything, when they're ready to move, They're just saying this is what it is. Example, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
You got the Jimmy situation. You got another player in the NFL, I forgot his name, that just walked off the field. You know, prior to that, you had AB walk off the field.
That's a little different.
You know what I mean? That was different,
Yeah.
but just walked on off.
Yeah.
You know, there's been situation, people, this ain't the first time that somebody has bullied themselves off of a team.
And I think that's
you
the
feel
only
like we're in a day and the age now, just in sports, not just NBA,
right.
in sports in general, where the athlete is just like, I'm taking my power back. You guys have enough power. I'm taking my power back, and this is what it is.
I think so, because here's what I look at. This is what I see. And it's not it doesn't look like the right way. Like on the Jimmy aspect, like I'm out here giving my all, man, and everybody else ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. They still getting paid. In the Tyreek case, his shit was, you left Kansas City because you went and got the bag because Kansas City won't gonna pay you the bread. I get it.
No.
But in his particular case, I came to Miami, we balled out. But he's probably, and stuff that we're not privy to, but he's looking at, hey, man, you guys are hinging your hopes on this quarterback who can't stay healthy, and we ain't winning. I got to get the fuck out of here. Like, it's like, it's one of those things where he knows what he brings to the table, and no one else is pulling him to it. So what you do, it is like a self preservation type thing. So look, man, look, after a while, you get to a point where, hey, look, man, I'm gonna stop killing myself if nobody else is gonna be doing the same. Now,
and like I said, it's not the first time. I mean, Harden did it his whole career.
Yeah, and
James Harden did it his whole career.
Yeah, and he was a little different. He was on some his priorities was elsewhere. Like a couple of these other guys, I feel like they went out there, and because you think about a Tyreek, well, we are like a year removed from a dude that was damn near. I think we thought he was going to hit 2,000 yards receiving. In that case, there, but his quarterback got injured. Everybody and their mama know the quarterback has injury issues, and then the management was like, "Well, we still gonna ride out with him." So with no plans, and it looks like they're probably just spinning wheels. And I think that's probably what Jimmy's saying. Jimmy's like, "Look, man, we're just spinning wheels down here. We're not going to be."
I definitely think they lost their window.
Yeah, they
without
did.
Adding anything, they lost their window.
And this is the part that makes it look bad for him. I spent all this time, and now. Because I think he's probably thinking, look, man, look, this is what I gave you guys when nobody else was here. I want my just due. And then Pat was like, nah, we not doing that. So what you doing? I'm gonna be messy and I'm gonna get myself out of here. So it's like it doesn't look good. So like it's different from a regular person like us. Like, hey, if y'all don't work well, like I did in my previous company, hey man, I'm out. Yeah, I know my options, so I know what I bring to the, no one's locking me into a contract. But for these guys, like a Tyreek and those guys there, they're like, look, man, I'm doing all I can. I'm not about to break myself anymore because you guys aren't doing what needs to be done to get us where we ultimately, all of us said that we want to get to, which is a championship. They say it in Miami and they say it in both Miamis. How funny is that?
That's what I was about to say. It's very coincidental that Tyreek is wanting out of Miami after making his decision. But Jimmy is wanting out of Miami making his decision.
Yeah. But again, it's about how you go about it. You know what I'm saying? Both of them accepted their contract. Both of them got paid.
Yeah.
But now they realize, and this is what I need players to understand too. At the end of the day, sometimes, actually, a lot of times, you're not going to get both. You have to sacrifice something. I don't know nobody who got paid and won. It's either or. Either you're going to get paid, and if you get paid, 9 times out of 10, that means your team ain't really at.
Okay.
And you're
I'm
not
gonna flip that back on you, Earl.
No,
I guess I'm sorry right there.
Yeah, besides, I'm not coming. I'm talking basketball, football.
No, I'm saying in general.
Or you're going to choose to win, and then you're gonna sacrifice some money. All the greats have sacrificed bread for the greater good of the team because at the end of the day, winning was more important.
Okay, here's the thing. You're talking about winning, right? You go to a new school, right? You get this position. And you get there and realize that, hey, I need these particular resources or these things here to make sure that I am successful in what I'm doing. And then you notice that from your leadership that they're not supporting you in that. Even though at the time when they recruited you, it was like, hey, Master Earl, We want to bring you here because we love what you bring to the table. We see your talent. We see your potential. We see your resume, your credentials, XYZ. Here's the bread, yada, yada, yada. So they sell you on this. You get there and realize that, man, I can't do my job at the level that I know I can do it in because I don't have XYZ. So you go to your leadership and they was like, nah, we can't do that right now. You don't feel supported in that. So now, different for you, you're not in a contract. But then what you would do is like, look, bro, I gotta get the fuck out of here. But these guys, they signed a contract. So they did. So you understood what you were signing up for, but you can walk away from it. For these guys, they were sold those same bill of goods, but they can't just like walk away from it because their rights are owned in this case. So the only way they know is to make it messy in the media and force them out because they don't have the option to walk away. Tyreek, yes, Kansas City was not going to pay him the money that he wanted, so he went to Miami. But for a couple of seasons, we thought Miami was going to be a Super Bowl contender until their quarterback got his hit.
I never thought they were.
The media thought. But then what happened was he gets down there now. It's like, bro, this ain't going nowhere, and we can clearly see it.
But can we go back? Can we go back to the analogy? So, anybody can leave their situation. People choose not to because of the penalty you will get. If I leave, I ain't gonna get paid.
Mm-hmm.
If he leaves, he's gonna get fined. But it's nobody. The only people that can't leave their situation is if you in jail. Anybody
he can't leave because he can't with another.
Yes, he can. He can leave. He can leave. He just can't get picked up by another team, and he won't get paid. He'll get fined. But he can leave.
No, it's the main part. He can't.
I'm being literal.
Another team.
Anyway, let me finish.
He can't make a living.
Let me finish. Let me finish. So then the second part is you said if I was to go to a place,
yeah,
they hired me, they said, yo, X, Y, and Z, then you realize you get there and they pretty much don't have the stuff that they said that they was going to or whatever, right?
Or no, you asked for the support.
Or you asked for the support and I'm not getting it, right?
Right.
So this is what I do. Because this happens often in education, right? A lot of times you don't have the supports that you need. But you know what? At the end of the day, I was brought there to service who? Kids, right? So that's my main reason why I'm there. I'm there to service kids. So at the end of the day, whether I got supports or not, I got to figure the fuck out. Because at the end, hold on, let me finish. Because at the end of the day, if I don't, who suffers?
Kids.
Okay. So the same thing happens. At the end of the day, okay, he was brought there to help that team out.
No. He was helped there to do what? To win a championship.
To help the team out, right?
To win a championship. But if they're not adding,
isn't that helping the team out though?
But if they're not adding the support to win the championship,
Shawn, is that helping the team out? That's what I'm asking. What
do you mean?
Is that helping the team out?
If okay, you got 30 kids in your classroom.
No, wait a minute. Just
hold on, because I haven't spoke much on this since, but I will say in the Tyreek Hill situation, please remember he left the championship team,
right?
Multi-championship team,
right.
And if you remember how he left talking shit, and then said Tua was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Right.
Never seen accuracy like this before in my life. Mind you, he's leaving Patrick Mahomes and saying this stuff.
It's pretty.
So went on over there, and by the way, Tua had his injuries before professional
college,
before NFL years.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear like this just jumped out there, and now it has continued. Now it's more major because of the concussions and things like that. But I don't really give an excuse to the Tyreek side.
No, I guess
because there's pieces there, but the boy that you trusted in just is not there on the constant level.
Right.
On the Jimmy side of things, I don't think he realizes that he's missed that window. Not only in Miami, in a lot of different places, because he's not that guy. He's very good.
Yeah.
But that guy that we saw a couple years ago that you described to bring that one team to the champ, can bring them through the playoffs and stuff, and everybody was scared to play them. When you miss that window, whether it's the team's fault or not, it's gone. And we always say this is a business at the end of the day. I don't pay you for what you've done in the past. I pay you for what you could do right now. And I'm going to treat you for what you could do right now. And Jimmy is not that guy right now. He's just he's not that. He's very good. Now he could go to another team and be that second or third guy and then really bolster them up. But that guy, he's not that.
He's going to be nothing more than a supporting class. So that this goes back to my
he's not that guy no more.
This goes back to my point when I'm like, at the end of the day, if you want to win, you got to sacrifice something. You're not going to get paid.
Brady sacrificed a lot.
Brady did. Mahomes did.
Mahomes, people say they can look at his contract and they go crazy. If you look at it broken down year by year, you like, God damn, this is a deal.
But you look at Deshaun Watson, who got a guaranteed like you got.
They just restructured his joint too, which was crazy.
Restructured it, and he still gets paid more.
Right. But you have to sacrifice that. You can't have both.
Yeah.
You can't.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. It's
that's the only thing on that. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
On the sense of what he's been through and all the places he's went. And you know me, Chicago love all day. I've never seen a player like Jimmy Butler start from where he started to where he got to, because he wasn't that. Forget about being that guy. We didn't even know if we wanted him on a team when he
that's true. Yeah. That goes back to what.
Shoot.
Yeah.
He played defense very well, but he couldn't shoot. And then all of a sudden, he turned into the stretch player.
Can't shoot like that.
Well, but he would. When I say bad,
he improved. Jimmy was.
He was damn near.
He improved. He
did more than improve. He was averaging less.
He was damn near
9 points a game, bro.
He was just a little notch above Rondo business.
He was just athletic. That's what he was. He was that athletic guy, like you, that guy that you draft in NBA 2K.
I respect that push all day.
This is why I'm at on this. This is why I get to this. This is to answer, and the whole thing I was doing to talk about that, Earl, it was to answer Dave's question about is a pushback from athletes. This is what happens when organizations don't run their shit right. Like, I know if you look at Miami, they always talk about a class organization. But they say that because they look at history, and they look at things like how often they are competing, quote unquote. But if you really look at it, outside of the year that the years that when LeBron and him was there, and then you look at the most recent finals appearance, as the kids would say, they've been mid. They've been always the middle of the pack team. It's no different than. You look at a team like currently the Steelers. The Steelers, they are there, but they haven't won anything in almost a decade. So now they're contending, but they're not. They're above everybody else, but they're not in the serious contenders wise. So when everybody looks at them like, they're respectable. There's, and I think for most athletes, and they say, what organization you want to go to? XYZ. Well, they're a respectable organization. They're always in contention. What does that really mean? That means that they're probably winning about 60% of their games. They're going to end up in the playoffs, and they're probably going to be a second round exit. But are they a serious contender? Nah, because they're probably going to have one athlete that may be a Jimmy Butler type or something like that. And no one really, they're dangerous on a good day if everybody gets sick and then the coach get fired during the finals or something like that. Same thing in the NFL. Those teams that are like a good structurally built team. The 49ers, they were there, but they have those.
You know what? So there's a reason why I asked you that question, and that's why I said I stretched it across all sports.
Right.
I feel like not only athlete wise, but more so ownership wise, and that's why I brought up Pat Riley. Yeah, we're falling into a state of this is how it's been done all this time.
Right.
So this is how has worked for me.
Yeah.
Earl and I are going through that right now with the Giants. Not to get deep on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Yankees are going through that right now, thinking that it's still the Steinbrenner years. No, that Steinbrenner is gone. Yeah. The name is still out there. Don't get me wrong. That will never go away. But just thinking that, hey, this player is coming here just because we are, that ain't it. You still got to pay me.
Yeah.
You still got to do certain things. When you're seeing teams like even on the Lakers side of things, yeah, they got LeBron and they got AD over there, but other people are like, I'm good. I'd rather go over here, make my paper, do what I need to do. You're seeing that now all throughout sports. I can go to each and every sport. You're seeing it all throughout there. Yep. So that's why I said management-wise, some of that is getting past people's time. They're looking at it in the old ways, and we're thinking about coaches, and I'm saying it's the ownership. It's not just the coaching.
It's the money, man.
If you can coach, you can coach, but sometimes on the business side of things, some of this ownership is missing everything. I'm not going to harp on my Giants thing too long, but straight up, it disturbed me if I go back to that video and I see Mara sitting up there going, I'm going to be very disturbed if Saquon, nigga, you don't want to pull the trigger. What are you talking about?
Right.
You say to them, he ain't going nowhere. Period. If you don't like that,
that was one of them
then
times.
You can be gone.
That was one of them times where, and I love Mara, and that was one of them times where he should have did that.
It. But that's the ownership thing. And then you come out and say all the stupid stuff that you're saying now. Yeah. And we'll talk about that more on Sunday. But that's a lot of ownership right now. You got to realize how old a lot of this ownership is across all the leagues. And they're thinking in the mindset of thinking like 2025 is running like 2000. It's not.
Yeah. It's the money aspect. It's the money aspect.
Different.
It's so much money.
Different.
It's so much money coming in right now. We could transition over to our other topic there, but so much money coming in for the leagues now. They see that aspect. It almost diminishes teams, the impact. It was a time when your team won a championship, that shit felt like something. But now it's like outside of, the NBA side, it feels like nothing. NFL, we've had, the Chiefs as the king of the mountain for a while. Baseball, hockey, there's no, you have to go to college football maybe, and that's just the SEC with Alabama all those years.
But you know why the Chiefs are there for a while? Because they keep everything on the same plane.
Yep.
Mind you, if you ask somebody about their owner, I have no idea.
I don't even know their owner name.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah,
but that's a good. This owner has won so much, but this owner ain't in the spotlight.
Nope.
Ain't pulling no Jerry Jones shit. I have no idea who the owner is.
Yep.
But that owner has won plenty of times.
Yeah.
The whole coaching staff, not just Andy Reid, every single one of them is solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then when you go to the players, we just spoke about Mahomes. Mahomes can get paid whatever the hell he wants, and he knows it. Write a blank check. That's what they will pay. But he would rather have certain things around him. Hey, I'll take less money as long as you prove to me with that money that I take less, you're putting the right things around me. True. And that's what they do.
Yeah.
Now, if you weren't putting the right things around me, I want $100 million a year. That's it. And he could get it.
Pay me.
And he could get it. So that's what I'm saying on that. It's not just a one player thing. That's a whole thing from top to bottom. They run it the right way. And when you see things run across the board that way in a winning tradition, those things are in place for a good amount of time. They've been talking about the Steelers. I know this ain't no football talk. They've been talking about the Steelers all this time and talking about Tomlin. And even right now, they lost all these games and they're going into the playoff. This man ain't even got a real team around him. He doesn't have a quarterback. And he still goes there. And y'all are still finding a way to throw a question mark out there. If you gave him the same team that other people got with the same type of quarterback that other people got, I guarantee you he could take you further. But you know what? Slip up and let him go.
Yeah.
Slip up, let him go, and see what happens. But the reason why the Steelers are always in that conversation, how many coaches have they had in the last?
Ever. In their history, 3. They've only had 3 coaches.
Did they let the coach go after 1 year of struggle?
3 coaches.
You see what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of these organizations are missing, bro. They are missing it. But go ahead.
They're missing it because the amount of money that's coming in. So for all of those listening, we're talking about the fact that Netflix apparently they want all of the smoke, and what I mean by that, they want all of the live sports smoke. So we saw how much, the I guess their first live sporting event, which was the disastrous Mike Tyson, Paul
That
fight.
was not a sporting event.
It was not. It
Go
was
to the
horrible.
next one.
But between the horrible fight itself and then the buffer and everything else, but they got their shit together because they got their shit together in time for the Christmas Day game, which was 2. And I don't know if you guys know, Netflix paid for those 2 games. They paid $75 million a piece for those 2 games. They actually signed a deal with the NFL for $75 million per game. So over the next it's now 2 years now, to carry those NFL games, which was they were on my end. There was no buffering. Them shit. The cameras look better there than they looked in the video games that we play. And then of course we had the Beyonce Bowl, which that in itself brought in 150 million people worldwide. It was,
man, she got her own
Special,
bro.
13-minute special
This
on
is called
Netflix.
Beyonce Bowl.
Yo, hold on. Side note. Tell me that joint wasn't longer than the regular
That's
Wow.
Super Bowl, man.
26 minutes, bro.
I was like, yo.
You know how I know? You know how I know that joint was long? Because even after they played it, they showed a clip of her taking a little break.
Yeah.
Yes,
A little,
I seen it.
break.
Yeah.
I said, you know
What she does in between time.
Yeah. I said,
It was
man,
on that. That Netflix is man.
Beyonce
Netflix
different, man.
is they out there, and 2, this past Monday, man, I watched the first WWE Raw on Netflix, and the amount of bread.
Okay, good.
Man, they booed the shit out of his ass, and he deserved
Oh,
that shit.
Deservingly.
Hulk Hogan, they booed his ass back to goddamn creation.
Where was they at?
So it was in LA at the new Intuit Dome, which is I believe the LA Clippers new dome, which is insane. But when Hulk Hogan came out there, they booed the shit out of him. He didn't know what to do.
Speak.
He didn't know what to do with his hands. He was like, they played his music and everybody, and you heard that initial pop, but after that, them niggas was him. Yeah, they said take your real American back to the crib.
No, it's song.
Yeah, man, like get your punk ass out of here with that bullshit. We know what you did on the stage.
He thought they were doing like the boo where it plays into the crowd. Nah, bro. Like we really don't.
That was real.
We don't.
Like, we don't mess
Here,
with
bro. Like,
first of all, you in Cali,
leave.
which is the blue state, and you
California,
was on that clown shit with. Okay, yeah, we gonna leave that shit alone.
Yeah.
But it's I know we got Amazon Prime, we got ESPN. Netflix. Is Netflix really just going for everybody through to this point? So we won't.
No streaming site messes with Netflix.
They show is.
There's no streaming site.
They show is.
That shit is.
Because other ones that have, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Especially at certain times.
Right.
You know when to have stars, Earl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know when to have certain things.
Yeah.
But Netflix is a must-have if you're into any type of streaming. Any type of streaming, bro.
Yeah, it's still I've told this story only one time. Not even on here, I don't think. But that shit still makes me throw up in my mouth. That is 15. How long is it? How long have I known Dave? I've known Dave now for
2006.
Yeah, fucking almost 20 years.
Put that together. Whenever that, yeah.
And I was because the reason I asked this question is when I met Dave, Netflix was still doing the
melon,
the DVD shit or the streaming shit.
And I had that shit. I had the two DVD joint.
Yeah, the 2 DVD joint, right?
Used to come in a little red.
And watch this conversation. And Dave remembers this conversation. I said to Dave at the time, because at the time the price, the stock.
I know what you're about to do.
The stock on Netflix was, I want to say, was like $7.50. And then the stock split or some shit. It was like $15 split. And I said to Dave, this is before Robinhood and everything like that. So you would have to go to a investor place to do it. I said, we should buy some stock in Netflix. And we would drink, and you know how you say shit like that. And we was in Hampton at the time. And we were like, that sounds good. And the stock split and shit, fast forward. Fucking Netflix, bro. Yeah, to this day, I'm like, what? Why? But to your point, man, the way they grew, same thing like with Amazon. This just started as a bookstore.
Same thing in a garage.
In a fucking garage. Like
in the garage.
The only thing I got in
Amazon
my garage is the studio. That's all I got. Hopefully we build this out. It's bigger, but But get back to your original point, man. Do we see this being, we saw how they improved from the Tyson fight, then to the NFL side, and then of course I just saw it with the WWE. Do we see this being like the norm going forward?
So I can go into this very quickly. Yeah. I'm sorry, Earl. Did you want to go?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if Netflix continues to do these live situations, real talk, they're gonna put people out of business. Pay-per-view is gonna go out of business.
So let me pivot off of that. You're going pay-per-view. It's already happening, Shawn.
True.
And what I mean by it is, how many people are streaming regular cable?
True.
Yeah.
YouTube TV. Yeah. Hulu. Whatever you got.
Tubi.
People left the box. Yeah. People left the box alone because of all. The reason why I left having Verizon and all these different things, whether it's Comcast, no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
With all these different things, Cox Cable.
Damn, Cox.
With all these different type of things, no matter what, if you ever look down your bill sheet and see the whole page of extra fees,
man, listen,
it will disturb the shit out of you. You're not paying for cable. There are so many taxes and leasing
regional
fees
broadcast
and fees.
And
oh, you got
that.
DVR, you pay for this. Oh, how many boxes you got? You pay for it. It's so many extra fees that you sit back and go, damn. Well, damn, cable was $60, but why am I paying $240?
And you would think after all of that, it would go down.
No. But it doesn't. I used to work for both. I used to work for Verizon and Cox Cable. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's really what it is. Yeah. When I left Verizon, that was the last one I had as far as cable. When I left, I remember this. I had a conversation with y'all.
Yep.
I had a 15-minute conversation with the person that tries to stop you from leaving, all the free shit that they try to give you and stuff. And I told her, I remember saying, hey, this is what I'm getting from YouTube TV. Tell me if you can beat it. I'll give you time. And I sat there. And she was like, well, we do this. And I said, yeah, I got that. Oh, well, we can bring the DVR service. I get that for free. And we're just running through it. And I was like, yeah, so you wouldn't even buy your own shit. And she was like, yeah, you're right. So when are you going to return the boxes? And that's how the shit went, bro. So when you ask me about Netflix and just those whole things about football and whatever type of sports, it's deeper than that. I don't think cable exists. I don't think about the packages that you pay for, bro.
Yeah.
You pay for 400 channels and watch 20.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of that shit.
It's crazy because my mother was paying. She had Comcast and she was spending like $240 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to tell her because she's a little old. I'm like, yo, why are you spending $240? You retired. I could save you about almost close to $200. Let me give you this YouTube TV, man. She loved that. She loved
and that's it. And even when Andrea asked me about, because it just went up a little bit, it ain't no $240. I was paying damn near $260, bro.
That junk could go up $50, and I would still use it because, bro.
Yeah.
And if
the only time my joint is over 100 is because I added certain things on it.
Yeah. That's it. And if they get too out of pocket, there'll be something else. Like,
that's it. And you're to know that's the best thing. There's no contract. Yeah. So something new comes. Guess what I do? Hey,
I'm out.
The only thing you have to worry about now is, and it'll come back. It'll come back around. Is the amount of data usage. That's the big thing. Like the data usage. So they'll find their way. So like you guys are using so much data. I'm gonna send because that's the main thing. The data usage. Like if you look at
would have to triple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think now, like, so I have Comcast around there. So the data part, like, I don't have any boxes. I actually have
cable.
I
have Xfinity because I have for the internet. So I have the internet. But with that data, but everything else, ties to everything else that I do, and they show you how much data you use in a month. That shit is astronomical, bro. I'm like, this is going at some point. That's just gonna hit the fan.
Let me know when you want to go YouTube TV. I'll give you a referral code.
Yeah. Well, I about to say, let me know first, because
we'll split it because we both said it. I'll break you off half.
I gave you mine. Didn't you refer me? Didn't you get yours off?
Yeah, but I don't think you put my code in right, motherfucker.
Oh man. Oh man, let's get into some not so breaking news, man. Y'all ready? I think we're ready.
Yeah.
I think I forgot how to do all this shit now at this point.
Damn.
There we go.
Not so breaking news.
All right, man. So this is probably going to hit home for Dave more than anything. So apparently the FDA, they designated the Costco egg notice as a class 1 recall. So, and I'm going from USA Today. So Costco egg recall, these eggs with a risk of salmonella could still be in your refrigerator. My question is, how long do y'all keep eggs in your refrigerator, bro? Like once you buy them shits, are they in there that long for you to realize that they don't recall?
Number one, those Costco joints. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Those Costco joints are only in certain areas, certain states.
Right.
As far as that recall, you're not gonna stop me from going to Costco.
I'm about to say, look at him standing up for Costco. You better go ahead, Jeff.
And then number 2, I will let you know right now, eggs never last long in this house.
Right. That's the question.
Never last long in this house.
To be perfectly honest, I'm confused because where does the salmonella part come in at? And this is what I mean. Yes, if you eat the egg raw, you subject yourself to potential salmonella, right? So how? So I'm confused. I'm confused at how this. Where did that come in at? Like, I know they were recalled in Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, all the South. Funny,
bruh.
But
where it comes in at is because what you think you grabbing from a farm ain't no more. So I've seen turkey wings that look like ostrich, bro. There's certain things that you eat right now that you think is supposed to be that color, and they ain't that color, my brother.
Y'all still eating tilapia?
When it's first put out there.
Hey, it's
out there. That joint's out there. I haven't had it in a long time. But listen, if they got the right sale menus,
yeah, you put it on.
Don't worry.
Some hot sauce. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to tell you, half that stuff. Hell, even when you go out and say you eating organic, this and that, you better check that label because they don't even manage that joint right.
Yeah, they're right.
See, here's the thing with organic. I never heard the word, and correct me if I'm wrong, I never heard the word organic growing up as a kid. You just
because I don't think it existed.
That shit did not exist, bro. Like it was like that Atkins diet that all those people was on. They remember a few people died after they had that shit. I'm like, so as soon as y'all try to be healthy, y'all niggas start dying.
Organic didn't exist, GMO, all that shit.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was nobody.
That grass fed.
Yeah. The grass fed. Yeah. I don't know.
And this
cage free.
There was no peanut allergies like that.
Oh man,
I don't remember because I'm
about to say because we wussies out here, bro.
Yo, to the point where now, sorry, Shawn, I'm gonna cut you off.
No, it's good. You good.
Like,
I want to know
to the point now where, like, literally, yo, I can't make my child a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's got to be like sun butter because of all these damn peanut allergies. Like, you can't bring it in. Like,
yeah, that's the times, bro. That's the time. You ever have some raw way Newport News tap water? Whatever.
Yeah, that's how water is good.
If you can get through that,
that's how water is. That's how water is good.
Talking about.
How the fuck you think I got this beard? I drank tap water all my life. I put my mouth to the spigot and that shit just grew.
We jumped through that joint. Through a sprinkler that sprayed our whole body.
Yeah, tap water. That North tap water was coming from Delaware Gap, Water Gap. That jump was good.
My family looked at me right now. They looked at me the other day.
Look at me now.
They was like, "Hey, my smart fridge. That should say you need a new filter."
Came from wrong way.
So everybody in the house right now is like, "Hey, babe, you need we need a new filter for the refrigerator." And I'm like, "For what? Like, y'all got fancy filtering your water." You better drink that goddamn water unless they send a note on my door that say that shit is not, it's gonna kill me. Hey, throw some ice in it. You good? It's fine. It's got a little sediment. You're fine.
The time that I experienced that things are totally different, and I told y'all this story before, is when my son went outside, rode on the bike, And within 5 minutes, was like, whoo. And I was like, where you going? He said, I'm going inside, man. It's hot. And all these flies out here. Nigga,
Oh,
this where they
no.
live.
Yeah, man.
What are we talking about? I was like, what did I do wrong raising you, man? Like, what
That's all.
what you
good,
mean?
man.
We spent
Right.
all day outside.
Yeah, we used to
Yeah.
take like
You had to
go
fight
get
me
you
to get back inside.
go get you a jar,
Yeah.
like lightning bug. Like, yo, let me tell you something. Forget a game, bro. Like, I would be in tears if I could not go outside. And I'm hearing everybody outside. I'm like, y'all miss everything, bro. Like, just beat me. Just beat me and let me go outside.
You know how many miles I put on my bike, and all I needed was that little bottle of Kool-Aid that they now say is not healthy. That shit hydrated me better than Gatorade. I could have drove up to New Jersey at that point.
Bro.
On the bike.
Between my Huffy and my BMX,
Man,
oh,
the Huffy.
man.
The Huffy. Oh, man. Man.
Oh my God, man!
Had
Look,
my spokes on there. My boy jump on the back, gone, bro.
Oh man, hey, this is supposed to be a video game podcast. Let's get some quick video game corner, man. Video game corner, man. The hot seat podcast style. So I brought this up, and it's something you guys are going to find actually very interesting, but you already know this. So I saw this actually report. This actually was on Tweettown. So a single Call of Duty game has outsold entire video game franchises. So it's a single Call of Duty game. 2019's Modern Warfare reboot has outsold entire video game franchises like Cyberpunk, I know, Payday, Devil May Cry, and Like a Dragon. And they had a list of some of it. They've actually sold about 425 million copies total as of 2022. And at 41 million copies, Modern Warfare 2019 actually alone was actually 9.6 of the total franchise sales. I mean, it's outsold Gears of War, Last of Us, Kingdom Hearts, Spider-Man, Horizon. Like that was probably why when they had that whole big debate about Xbox or Microsoft purchasing Activision because it contained Call of Duty, is why there was so much contention because jeez Louise, like
this
you're talking about
last one, the numbers are off the chain.
Which one?
This last one that just came out because they tied it in the Game Pass.
Right.
So numbers on it are astronomical. I just seen a report though, like last week, where this last Call of Duty that just came out. I don't know, they don't know what particular reason, but I guess players being on it has slashed about 50% in the last month or so.
Yeah.
So just out of nowhere. And they're trying to figure out why.
All that being said, because like I've been playing this Call of Duty. Why I'm playing recently because it work stuff, but you've
been playing Call of Duty?
Yeah, actually, I told you guys about it because I started playing the campaign. And I was saying how great it looked, and as great as the game looked, there's two things. I added something else to it. One, y'all couldn't get Superman's mustache right in goddamn Justice League, and two, MCU, y'all couldn't have Hulk's son look better than when he looked at She-Hulk, but yet you got a Call of Duty game that looks damn. My wife came down and she was like, "Are you watching a movie?" No, I'm playing a game. She was so blown away about just how it looked. I'm like, bro,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so I need y'all special effects folks to get y'all shit together because they are clearly killing it, man. Of course, man, this podcast wouldn't be what it is, man, if we hadn't taken our podcast conversations from that space 5 years ago now. Again,
come on now.
To this new podcast space there and bring you guys that real, as Dave would say, that unfiltered, unadulterated, Joe, we just keep it what it is, guys. And even with that, you can still find us gaming as we do. You can find me at Sanaa2X on Xbox. Actually, after this is over, I'll be up because I have a really light day tomorrow, so I actually go in and jump into some stuff. For Christmas, I actually got my rig, my driving rig, so I've been playing a whole bunch of Forza. That shit's great with the shift and everything. Yes, and I have been driving my Mini. in Forza. Thanks, Earl. I have been doing that. Appreciate it. Say something.
Shit is triggering. Shit is fucking triggering.
So not 2X, man. No Xbox. What you got, man?
Shit. I had to think about my gamer tag. NJ Fatboy 973. I ain't play that shit. Matter of fact, no. The last time I played it was with Dave. What was it? Last week?
But that was quick.
The reason why I don't play it because Dave punk ass don't get on because he got a fake job and shit. You know what I'm saying? So this motherfucker don't be getting on.
Hey, I was about to say something, but that ain't right.
Oh, that's
all right. The storyteller. Honestly, when I have a little bit of free time, Earl, the reason why I'm not on because I'm in my middle space.
Because you playing your son's game. Ain't that how you buy? No, hold up.
Hey,
my
man.
bad. How you
Go
buy?
ahead.
How you buy?
Exactly.
This fool gets his child, his son, a Christmas gift, right? Who gets their child a Christmas gift and then goes on the back and start ordering all these accessories for yourself? Like,
so who does that? The person that paid $700 for that goddamn gift. So
absolutely.
You know what?
Hey, the same guy who is probably still sitting in the same chair that he bought for his son as we do this podcast.
Exactly.
This is brand new, brother. This is brand new. Nah, my son's joint is blue. Me and the missus got 2 gaming chairs now.
I love it. I love
but,
it.
Horrible.
Oh, shout out to GT Player, by the way. GT Player.
Ooh, that's the same. They have my rig. So my rig is a GT Player.
Oh, well, there you go. That's all of our joints in the house. We got 3 of them now. But either way, that meta joint, that meta joint, listen, it's a whole different world. Earl, I don't know why you don't come into this joint as far as jumping into these worlds. Because, bruh, jumping into the casinos. I was on the roulette table. Had this chick come over, Dre knows. I damn near felt like I cheated, bruh. I'm sitting at the roulette table, and this girl comes up and sits next to me and just starts talking. Hit me with the "you come here often" type shit.
Oh no! What is that? Is it a live person or?
It's a live person. You're truly in a casino talking to a person.
And you could gamble for real?
You're gambling, not like real money, but you have your money that you're getting together in that world. So
what's that called?
I'll let you know. So I'm over there, I'm playing on my numbers, I'm hitting, and the whole time she just conversating. Dre is right here next to me, but I'm so much in tune into this world. She like, who you talking to? I said, oh, this chick right now. This chick next to me right now. Want to know how I'm playing my numbers?
Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
You're trapped in that world, bruh. If you think it's just a game in that meta world, just tap in. If you don't have one, tap in real quick.
That was. I have to make that decision. I was like, damn it, I have to make that decision to do that.
Tap in, bro. I'm trying. I've been so busy in that. You already know. I brought the accessory for the golf equipment. In fact, hold on.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm with it.
I told y'all I brought the golfing accessory for the meta. Look at this joint. Tell me it ain't real.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah.
So the actual controller goes right here, and when you swing, it actually tracks everything VR wise, and you're actually on a course, and you're downloading courses the same way we do on the PGA game on the Xbox.
I'll be there.
And all the professionals are sitting back and letting you know, like, this is the most realistic thing ever. It's kind of like what they're doing, what Tiger and Rory and everybody's doing with that whole world. It's so on point that they said, nah, this ain't the Wii golf. This ain't that. If you turn your hand just a little bit too far open, you know what I'm talking about, Shawn.
Yep.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go. So
I
haven't played it yet. I'll let y'all know.
No, but at that point now, that investment will be coming this way. But until then, I'll just probably drive down to Akakik. That's what I'll do.
But that's it. That's my gaming corner.
Shit, I'm about to get into my VR like that. I mean, my shit.
You need to.
That shit is older, but
It's same games are there.
I love it, man.
You know what? You want to know what I play the most, which tells my age? With all this VR stuff around you, what do you think I play the most on the VR?
Spades. Pac-Man.
Tetris.
wow.
My ass is over there. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm out.
Oh man. Of course, before we get out of here, man, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Seat Podcast. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you make sure you subscribe, man, to that YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys. And one last little tidbit, because we know this is coming up on to Wild Card Weekend. So the first big weekend of postseason football. Make sure you go ahead and get your snacks and goodies, man, from Instacart just by using our Hot Seat Podcast link. Get $35 off your first order when or free delivery on your first order over $35. I'll make sure I say that right, because I don't want y'all to expect $35 off and they said it. And then I'm like, no, that's not what I said. So free delivery on your first order over $35. This week, for everybody listening towards this end here, I think we're going Sunday or we going Saturday for football talk this week. We'll see, because we got games that start on Saturday. So
it's snowing here Saturday.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see how we post it up. We might get this thing going early Saturday and then take us into the weekend. It's gonna be a fun time, to say the least.
I just got a 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah, games on Saturday, aren't they?
Yeah, we got games on Saturday. On Saturday.
So we probably gotta go Saturday.
We'll probably do this on Saturday. So we'll post that onto the Instagram and everything else in between. Yep. So we'll go from there. Besides that, man.
Good after that.
Yeah, we love it, man. So we appreciate you guys. Year five. Stay tuned for all the details, man. We're going to celebrate our 5-year anniversary the right way with an on-location live podcast show. So be on the lookout for that info over the coming weeks and months. It's the Hot Seat, man. Yeah, we out.
The Hot Seat.